Well, g'day, and I know you've been waiting for this one. Sorry it's taken so long, and I didn't mean to keep you hanging, as it were. But yeah, it was a biggie. Huge amount of footage we captured. Man, I had 3 hours of video, and I've had to edit it at least 4 or 5 times. I've left in absolutely as much of what happened as I possibly could, just to give you the story behind it. It was tough, and editing it wasn't much fun, to be honest. You know, at times I felt a bit silly, but we're through it, and I've learnt heaps, and you know what, I'm better off for it. So I really do hope, I don't know if enjoy it is the right word to use, but you know, watch it. I just hope others learn from it, and I don't know, maybe don't judge me too much, eh? Anyway, here we go. So this is a cheesecake, but it's from the Basque in Spain, and that's a super bop, of course, best beer in the world. Anyway, oh, that's fantastic. That you are gonna hoover that. That is just fantastic. Excuse me, it's about me. Vince, it's about me. I think you want to see me. Come back over here. What time of the day is it? 11 o'clock in the morning. Cheers. Yeah, so that should be exactly where the... Yeah, so in theory, this will be the simplest of...
Fingers crossed.
So what I do is just keep going to about half a knot, and you can even hear it and feel it. Slowing down, slowing down. Yeah, just felt a little bit come on, see there?
Yeah.
So come off.
Yeah.
Get up to about half a knot again. If you go too much, the current will tip the bow out. Doesn't take that long, eh?
Yeah.
To heat up. Look, we've got 120 here, 125 there. So we're off to Vila Conde, which is, should look where we're going, I guess, out through the heads of the Douro River, just turning down current now. Feels funny, it's been 2 weeks since I've gone anywhere, you know. Just latch that door, you hear the whistle?
Yeah.
It's you only need about sort of 10 or 15 knots, and it bloody whistles all the time. But anyway, it's a gorgeous day. It is just bitterly cold. Okay, drag alarm. We're going to change the alarm, turn that off. That's that done. Radar's up and running. According to this, 15 miles to run, and we'll get there at 10 to 12. And looking at that, 10 to 12 for tides in this part of the world is,
Yeah.
that's actually quite good. It's not that far off slack after the ebb tide, so that's alright. Oh, it's cool. Might leave the camera. So today's the first day we've got both cameras going. We've got one mounted on the front of the boat, and then this one on us. So I'm going to get used to filming with 2 cameras, one with voice, focused on me, on what, and then the other one nice and peaceful outside, with the swell coming through.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Pretty rugged coastline. Anyway, here we are, Porto, and they've got us zigzagging around these anchorage areas. We'll cut that corner, and then we're going into Vila Conde. Here it is there. And the interesting thing is that the pier along here is a public pier. If there's space there, you can go on it. If there isn't, arguably you can raft up, which will be interesting. But if that doesn't work, then there is a marina here in a protected harbour. So we'll go and have a look at Vila Conde. We're going to get there before lunch, just coming out of the ebb tide into an incoming tide. And then if that doesn't work, we've got our backup plan, and obviously we could always just come back to Porto. Just 13 miles to run. Good time for lunch. So we're going to get there at 11 o'clock. Look, how cool is that? Alright, we're just coming into Vila Conde, and we're in follow route. See that up here? And you can see the route coming in. Basically it's going out this way because we've told it we're not happy under 10 metres. So, but if you can see this line in here, a heading of 080 or bearing of 080, and then 350 in. So very shortly, we've just got it in follow route just to sort of unload us and let the boat do the work. Obviously we'll keep a close eye on it. We're coming into reasonable swells now as we get closer. We just brought the power up a little bit, and we're doing about 6 knots as we go down a swell, slowing up to about 5.5 coming up. Alright, entering regions shallower than the preferred auto guidance depth, we know that. So very soon the boat's going to turn around to the right. Now what we've got to watch here is, with the way the autopilot's playing up, is that we've got a following sea now, which is when it can let go. So I'll be ready to intervene and hand steer. We're about to come around to the right, track up this way for about 1/4 mile, and then turn left and go in behind the breakwater. And obviously once behind the breakwater, it will smooth out considerably. And we're going to go up there in Navily. It says we can, already feels better, doesn't it, when you just turn around. Navily says it's a free pier for the night, and you can raft up there or go onto the pier, but it's going to be stern into the flow of the river in this place. So we haven't done that before, so we're going to go midships and use the Springer, and we'll just go from there. But potentially there's a wee anchorage just slightly to the east of where the pier is, if for some reason we can't get on to the pier. And also apparently there's a very nice coffee shop and bakery here, so we'll check that out. Anyway, here we are, just coming up abeam the port marker. And when we did the Camino, the beach ahead of us, we basically walked along. And along here somewhere, I'm not sure which beach it is, but there's a beach that a Lancaster bomber crash landed on in the Second World War. It had been shot up over France, and they weren't confident about crossing the channel because they knew the survival rate there wasn't good and probably not easy to ditch a Lancaster. So they decided to fly down the coast, potentially with a goal of getting to Gibraltar. But they didn't make it to Gibraltar, and they crash landed on a beach here, and they all survived. They got interned by the Portuguese because of course they were neutral. Okay, so there you can see ahead of us pretty clearly, there's the tide hitting the current coming down. See that?
Yeah.
Just across the entrance there. So let's be a little bit careful around here. Autopilot's handling it okay at the moment. We're in 6 metres of depth. When we come around this corner, you're going to see the tidal line where the ingoing tide meets the river current coming down. So probably a little bit choppy around there. And potentially down to 3 metres of depth. So here we go, we're in 6 metres now. We would not want to run out of depth on the boat at that point, but the tide is coming in, so at the absolute worst I guess we would float off. But that's not the goal. 6 metres of depth here. Around the corner, a lot smoother now. It's a bit of a line, isn't it? Just, we'll just see what the depth does, eh? Because we can always, just before they're chicken out, I suppose, couldn't we? It's 4 metres. 2.9 metres, 2.8 metres. 2.7, 2.5, 2.3, 2. 1.5 under the hull, 1.4. Are we happy about this? 1.3, 1.2, 1. Because it's an incoming tide. Just put the bow thruster on. Sorry about this, Vince.
No, don't you.
Sorry, mate. I should have seen that. That's not just a tidal line, is it? It's not good. This could take a while, couldn't it? Bugger. Sorry.
That's it. What can we do?
I don't think there's much we can do, mate. I mean, we're in idle.
Yeah.
I never know. We're in reverse. Potentially it's just going to do this now,
Yeah.
isn't it? Well, I'm going to have to learn again, aren't I? I did start thinking that, I voiced it.
Do you use the bow thruster to keep the front out? Next time you get a free.
It's coming down.
Next time we get free. Now. Maybe start to move. That's it. But just hold it there.
You don't think just give it a quick spurt as we go a bit free like that? Give it a spurt.
Of reverse.
No, forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think we can get too much trouble.
What?
It's interesting that it says 0.9, eh? What's amazing is, what this demonstrates to me too, is you've got the boat stuck. So you think, okay, that's cool, we can deal with that, we've got the engines going, the keel's lower, all that sort of thing. But then you have a wave come over the back, like we had, and it takes the rope off. Next minute you got a rope tied up in a prop.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just the one thing, is it? It's 2, 3, 4, 5 things can happen that can just make it worse and worse. And I've got to learn from this. I could see that line ahead. I should have said, there's something different there.
Yeah.
Let's just back off. But it did, to me, look like a tidal line. And the chart, not that you can always go off the charts, but the chart sort of looks like it's plenty of depth through the middle. Yeah, we're moving forward by a foot or so at a time, especially when the bigger waves come. But that's almost the way it's breaking out there. Makes me feel like it's even a little bit shallower to the front there. Luckily, the boat is sitting very much stern to. But the interesting thing is going to be what happens when is this even shallower here? Well, we've both got our life jackets on. It is what it is. We're here. We've got to work our way through it and then reflect afterwards. But This is the worst situation I found myself in Awanui NZ. Right now, very disappointed in myself. Once we get up here, at the moment, if we get up here, then we're going to have to reflect on any potential damage or something like that. But it's got to hang in there at the moment. So we've got the port marker over there. It's definitely the deeper channel there.
Yeah.
The good thing is too, Vince, if you think about it, if we do end up there in a little bit just in it's just very gentle waves, not waves. Yeah, see it up there?
Yeah.
I think that's still sandbar up there, mate. I think this could take a while to get through. What do we got here? We got information, tides, entrance there.
Halfway.
We're about half. So if you're just feeling a little bit lighter in the bum now, we've got a bit of a concern that we may have picked up the line that was ready to be used on the starboard engine. Yeah, we're just starting to float a little bit now. So we're just going to use the port engine when we do come free. We lost all our shoes over the side. They're floating out there, so we might get the tender off later and come down and pick those up. You can't see out the front there what it's like,
Not yet.
depth-wise. Yeah. Can you see over the edge if the bow thruster's out? Very uneasy feeling this, and right now feeling pretty stupid. I'm just going to have to reflect on that and hope we haven't done too much damage.
Seem to be getting closer to those rocks.
Yeah, so when that hits, I'm trying to...
Yeah.
it's a bit- Maybe if we almost feel like I come afloat, put a bit of port engine on just to see if it'll...
Well, when you feel it's come afloat, give it a bit of bow thruster.
You think?
A little bit, yeah.
Can you see the bow thruster or not?
No, we are in water.
I wonder why the bow thruster's not bloody full of sand.
No, but I think we're not floating. No, so it's moving. Yeah, that's got us round a bit. Next time she floats, just give it. Yeah, she's gone over.
Good, eh?
Yeah.
Police and that. Gosh. Might be a few repercussions from this, eh?
Well, we haven't done anything wrong.
No, I don't mean legally, but I mean they'll just... I mean, it's nice to see they're out there and ready, look.
They need to make the charts accurate, don't they?
Yeah. I wonder if we could... They should have us, Awanui NZ, actually, on AIS. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I wonder how we could... Getting all the police out here and that does make you feel a bit stupid, doesn't it? What do they know? We don't know.
must have shifted massively because it was showing 3 metres on the chart.
We're definitely inching forward, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got to come up to there, and it's a full
Correct.
moon.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We've got another best part of a metre to come. There's a boat here next to us. A rescue boat.
well, we've got a rescue boat out the side of us now. So,
He's just weighing up the situation. He's out the rear.
yeah, that's good, eh? So they're here, so... Oh, we just floated there a little bit. Oh, the engine shut down on the right.
Awanui. As well as the Conde, this is Scott Captain Vila.
It's Awanui NZ, channel 16, go ahead.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain Vila. Do you have any problem on board?
Yes, we are grounded, but are slowly moving forward.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain Vila. Roger. You already have a safety vessel nearby you. I requested to inform if you have any problem.
Yes, currently we are grounded on the sand and we are waiting for the tide to come in. We are slowly floating and we have noted the boat beside us. Thank you.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain Vila. What are your intentions at the Vila Conde?
Okay, we're currently going to wait for the tide to continue to rise, at which time we will enter the river and tie up alongside the port, tie up alongside the pier. But we are slowly floating.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain Vila. Do you made any contact to anyone on the harbour in order to encourage this harbour?
We tried calling but no reply, and we have 2 POB, 2 persons on board.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain Vila. No one replied because there is no place for you to anchor at this harbour. Nevertheless, and because of your current situation, I will try to arrange a dock for you to station, because you will have to be to make an inspection to your vessel to confirm that you have conditions to continue your travel.
Awanui NZ, copy that. Our intention was to tie up to the pier at the marina at Vila. I think, look, we're about to float. I think we're just going to drift into here.
Yeah.
We've got one engine going, we've got the bow thruster, I can always dump the anchor.
Yeah.
You know, and dumping the anchor will buy us a little bit of time. Idiotic.
Say again.
I'm very pleased Sweetie's not on here.
Yeah.
Look at that, they've got a line out there, a rescue line ready to go. Look up on the pier. Here we go, we're starting to float, mate.
Awanui, this is Scott Captain.
Awanui, go ahead.
This is Scott Captain. You are slowly being pushed forward south to a danger area. So we will have to attach a cable to your bow for the safety vessel nearby you, so that you guarantee that you don't go further south.
Perfect.
Copy that, thank you. Okay, they're a bit concerned that we're moving a bit to the right, so they're just going to try and pull the bow around to the left, or the port.
Awanui, this is Port Captaincy, Channel 1.
Awanui, go ahead.
Go to Channel 1-1.
Channel 1-1, Awanui. Awanui, Channel 1-1.
Awanui, this is Port Captaincy, loud and clear. SR5 aqui, capitão do Porto. Dispensa comunicações.
Awanui, say again, say again.
Awanui, this is Port Captaincy, loud and clear.
Yes, we have you loud and clear, and we will be floating very soon, we think. Floating very soon.
Port Captaincy, Roger.
Just want another bloody couple of 100 mil, don't we?
Yeah, that's all.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine, just pissed off with myself.
Don't worry.
No.
You've only got one. Have you got no shoes?
What?
Have you got any shoes on board the boat?
Yeah.
Inside?
Oh,
Inside the boat?
no.
You've got no shoes?
Least of my problems,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly.
Is it deeper out here, eh?
Yeah. Well, he obviously knows that.
Which is where we were coming in. Oh, such a learning curve here. Wow. He almost needs to go at that angle.
Yeah, that's my take on it as well.
Hey, you guys, be careful. I don't want to have to come and rescue you. Is there rope near the intake to the is there rope? There's no rope down around the where if I use the bow thruster.
No, there isn't. No, well, nothing that I can see.
Yeah, nothing from us. I mean, and that.
No.
Keep the rudders aligned with the boat now.
It's the sandbar, isn't it?
So what are they saying? We should have gone around there.
They're not saying anything.
I think there's going to be a lot said when we get in. I don't really want them bloody pulling us over there, eh? Can you tell me when those waves are coming in, mate?
Yeah.
Because I can get this going then, I think.
One coming now. Still fires another one. Nice. They're floating. They're floating. Gently. Gently. Okay, Mike, a little throttle. They're floating.
Awanui.
Awanui, this is Port Captaincy. We have arranged a boat for you to station. Please follow the safety vessel.
Copy that. We have steering. And the stabilisers have locked, so that's good. Okay. Well, guys, that's pretty raw. So basically a little sandbar.
Fenders are out. We'll see when we need to adjust them.
Yeah, basically a sandbar right at the entrance to the river mouth. Charts showed plenty of depth. Previous boats coming through seemed to indicate it was okay. Wow. Big learning lesson. Anyway, they've arranged a dock for us. My understanding was we're able to tie up on those piers up there, but maybe further up round the corner. Oh, okay. That's pretty intense. Again, I guess I'm not the first and I won't be the last, but yeah, a lot of reflecting to do. But sad really, but upsetting. Don't want to put Vince in that position. He's with me. Obviously don't want to put myself in that position, but certainly not Vince. And big lesson there. I'm going to have to think a lot about it. Anyway, we're here and we'll talk to the locals and see what they have to say. So thanks for being with us. Probably leave that real time. Got the camera out the front and the side here, so it's kind of caught it all, warts and all. Thanks for watching. Something wrong.
Go forward. That rope.
Can you get a rope on there? Okay, so both engines have shut down now. We've got rope around both props. So basically the boat's come alongside us, they've taken the line to the stern and we're going to pull ourselves back onto the pier. And I'll just use the bow thruster to keep us off the side.
Mark, is the camera on or off?
Alright, so we're just using the bow thruster as least we can. I mean, that could have been a disaster. A rope in both props and coming into a pier, that's into a harbour. This is a biggie. This is a biggie for me. Okay, so now we've got the police wanting to talk to us, check our documents. Yeah, this could take a while. And we've definitely got something around both shafts. So this might be home for a while. We'll see. Come back to you.
First time or second time?
Okay, so I've just been rung by the police and told to stay where I am, and they have advised that they are coming to arrest me. I, obviously as a consequence of what's happened today, but they took my passport as well, so I've got the suspicion. Here comes Fred. Here's Fred, Fernando, my friend. My suspicion is, or our suspicion is, that it's because I'm over my Schengen time as well. So, yeah, stand by and watch the space, but Mark is about to get arrested in Portugal. So, I may not be able to report for a while, or I might get back this afternoon and be fine, but we shall see. Anyway, obviously don't want the camera recording when they get here, so yeah, I'll sign off and I'll
coming here
talk
to make arrest.
Was that you?
Yeah. You wanker.
You fucking
Mr.
wanker.
Wanker. Fucking wait for you to call me back, you prick. I'll phone you right back. I've cancelled all my afternoon appointments. I've been trying to phone you and you fucked off for a coffee. Fucking nobbin. There's no other answer to just say yes, Fred.
Yes, Fred.
So that's
okay.
That's your punishment.
We've just found out that was Fernando, because apparently, and I've got no recollection of it, apparently I said to him, I'll ring you straight back, and I didn't. So Fernando was paying me back for the grief that I gave him. He's just walked up here and said he rang me to say I was being arrested. This is going from the sublime to the ridiculous, folks. Anyway,
Renee, and
we'll
I
back.
got your phone number from her. That's how I managed to phone you.
He hasn't spoke to Renee. What did you tell her about?
Nothing. Oh, no, I'm not as stupid. I just said, have you spoken to Dad at all? No, not since 7. I went, okay, that's fair enough.
We're getting arrested. Mark, the only thing I think they're going to arrest you for is Schengen.
He thought because of Schengen, they've taken my passport details.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know why I didn't ring you? Because my
I know.
no.
That's why I just got in the car, came straight
Why didn't I ring you?
Because you're a twat.
No. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. My head's just so full of like what's happening at the moment.
I know.
And honestly, I genuinely can't remember. I said I was going to ring you straight back.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry.
I am worried.
Because I've got
I
Antonio.
am worried.
I've also got Antonio on standby as well to come up.
Who's Antonio?
Captain Antonio. He's
Ah.
got 3 boats here. Because he said he would come up as well if you need some help talking and negotiating.
Right. Well, what's actually happened is they've come back €2,500 basically to come out. The divers are on their way, and
This is a rip-off.
yeah, I know.
we
Of
know
course
that.
it is.
We know
But we know that's life, mate.
But
Yeah,
these are the police who
These are the police have given us this,
Yeah, I
and
know.
they've required us
Yeah.
to have them
But I'm sure
certify
if
us.
Antonio phones you.
Okay, my dear friends are here now to hopefully help us save the day. All part of Mark's big learning.
Then like a nice.
You got anything you've got to say to me?
Nothing at all. Just wish you all the best and welcome to Portugal.
That is an arsehole talking to you. You sure you got nothing to say?
Once again, I refer you to the comments I made some moments ago. Welcome to Portugal.
He's not saying. I've not been gotten like that in a long time. Let's put it this way. I am not going to forget. Revenge is sweet.
Good for you.
Dive flag going out, that's good.
Ah yes, you went to the restaurant.
Sea bass.
Yes.
Nice.
Here's your diving flag, look. These guys have turned up with spotlights. It's €2,500, this is. But at the end of it we get a certificate to say the boat is safe. They got 4 divers here with lights. Yeah, big lesson indeed. Big lesson. Police have arrived back, talking to the divers, and they got the paperwork. It's on.
A manga não foi em si. Queres que vá até ao fim deste, vale a pena?
Quero que vejas isso.
Pronto. Correio da Sealand. Ele também não apresenta qualquer torção.
Ok, vai à parte inferior da porta.
So they're doing a really thorough check of the measurement between the propeller and the back of a shaft, and they're taking a tape to measure it on both sides. Do they want to, is it worth me finding out from the factory, because they've got one in the factory, what that distance is?
I will just compare one with the other one.
Right,
See
okay.
if that thing
there's a
that we
difference.
saw on the other side,
Yeah.
on port side, if it's
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah, good idea.
And once we remove the rope, that gap went to the original position. Okay.
Hey.
Very lucky that everything underneath the boat is okay. We've still got the issue of obviously the engine having moved ever so slightly on the mount. So what we've asked them is it okay for us just to start both the engines, and we'll do the stabiliser as well, and we're just gonna, I mean, I've spent an awful long time on this boat. I think I'll be able to tell if things feel okay, you know, it'll be pretty obvious to me. So we'll start the starboard engine. Oil pressure comes up. It's actually running bloody smoother than it was before. I might just do one engine at a time.
Yeah, fine.
So that's
We're going to do forward first, just forward back to idle.
yeah.
Yeah, that seemed okay. That seemed okay. You can reverse. You can see as the engine moved.
Okay, starboard engine seems very good actually. Port engine started. Get rid of that alarm.
Now the brackets are still at the same angle.
Yeah, now this is interesting, right? So you notice this, right? We're going to reverse. Feel that? Just absolutely smooth as.
Yeah.
Now this one,
Yeah.
just a little bit,
Yes.
you know, but I don't think it's, but that to me is not of any, it could just be the fucking PTO. I mean, I'll talk to
Yeah,
the factory and
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
talk to Nordhavn.
Yeah.
So you're happy if we shut, oh, I'll just do
Just
these,
try that,
yeah. No one there, eh?
And then we'll check stabs.
Right.
Yeah, that seems good.
Yep, stabs are doing their thing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. We started both engines, both went into gear forward and aft 3 times. Bow thruster worked, stabilisers came on. Potentially just a wee bit rougher on the starboard side, but it's been like that anyway after I hit a log a while ago. It just went down the starboard side. So I think we've been very lucky. But yeah, definitely wrenched it back a bit. Anyway, that's where we're at.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How
Right.
are you doing?
Yeah, good now. So you've got Fred here and Vince here, and I'm screen recording and recording your audio. Your finger's over something.
Oh, is it? Oh, hang on. This one. Yeah.
So we had a bit of a mishap today.
No.
Yeah, so we ran aground coming into this place that we're at now.
My stomach go all yuck.
Yeah, I know. So
Are you okay?
Yep, we're fine. So
Well, that would be nice to start with that.
well, we're here, you know. So
Yeah.
we ended up touching down on the sand. So anyway, we put the keel on the sand, and of course then you've got the incoming tide and waves behind you trying to push, and so the big concern is not getting side on. Well, I mean, it probably took us an hour to get in, and we had to get rescued by a rescue boat. And then when we got to the wharf, the police were there to meet us, and they've issued a notice to say we can't leave port until we've had the whole hull inspected and checked.
Right.
And in the process, we had both engines shut down because a wave came over the back. We had the line set ready to go onto the pier, and the line washed over and wrapped itself around the propeller on the starboard side, so we lost that engine while we're out there. And then coming into the wharf, went to back up, and then that sucked the rope into the second engine, and the second engine failed.
Holy hell.
So we've ended up on
Could
the...
you have done anything else?
What's that?
Could anything more have happened?
Well, I haven't finished the story yet. Anyway, so the police were waiting on the... There's quite a crowd, as you can imagine, with us stuck at the sandbar, and they had two rescue swimmers up there with their lines, and then the rescue boat came around and attached the line to us and tried to pull the bow around because they were concerned we were heading towards the rocks. I think we would have been okay, but who knows, because we can't go back to that point. And then we finally came free because the tide was coming in, so we knew it was always going to be rising, so in the end we would go off, but the boat went to sitting on that stabiliser to on that stabiliser to whatever. And when we arrived on the dock, we had the Coast Guard calling us on Channel 16, and they said for us to follow the rescue boat to go to a pier that they'd arranged for us to tie up to. So we tied up on the pier, and then the police were there, obviously, and they issued us a notice to say that... And they were lovely, actually, really nice about it. The lady the captain spoke good English, but she said we had to have the boat inspected and certified as being safe to leave port before we could go. And I had to sign that, and they took our passport copies and all that sort of thing. So they put us in touch with a dive company. They've come out, they've done all that, and they've checked everything, and they're happy that everything under the boat is okay. They got the rope off and all of that. And so now we're just waiting for the report to come through, and the police are going to come out tomorrow, we think, to go on the boat to check that everything's okay. But I'm going to see if I can stay here for another night. Anyway, and then in the meantime I rang Fred, because obviously I thought with the language issues it would be good to have someone, and then apparently I said to Fred I'd ring him back, and I didn't. So then he was he rang me 4 times, was all worried about that. So he in the end jumped in his car and came up here, and because I'd left the phone on the boat, and because Vince and I had gone off to see if we could find all our shoes and that, because our shoes had all been washed out of the boat off the back deck, and which we didn't find. And then Vince suggested we have a cup of coffee, which is a good idea, and so we had a cup of coffee, and then we came eventually back to the boat, and the dive people were there, and they went and did all their thing. Very professional, man. They were good. They had camera on their face mask. It's all recorded. I've got a disc of it, and you could hear everything he was saying, checking everything, running his hands over everything. and then we started the engines, went forward, back, all that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, but what I need, sweetie, is I need you to get some money to me because it's quite expensive. I'm sorry, it's €2,500. So,
Okay.
So can you just? I'll either. Yeah, probably best if you get it into my account, and then I'll just so I can pay the bill. But it's a good lesson learnt. Only ever to come in on high tide, and now before I go somewhere, I'm going to ring ahead to check if there's any special conditions for coming in. Basically, what had happened with that storm that came through, it had moved a whole lot of sand around the tip of the breakwater and effectively moved the sandbar further out than what the chart showed as being shallow ground. So, and apparently it is a bit notorious for this here. So, and I've been so careful. I mean, we looked at a place further up north today that I was looking at going to, but it was, you can see from the aerial shot, it's just a sandbar going. And then I said, I'm not going in there, but, I'm going to a deep water port. And I thought this was, but it's not.
Well, just look after yourself. Get a good night's sleep, eh?
Yeah.
It would have been quite something.
Oh, yeah, I might give you a tinkle just before I head off to bed, but...
All I can say is, thank goodness I wasn't there.
Oh, Renee said exactly the same. Honestly, sweet, I said that to Vince too. Thank goodness Fiona's not here.
And Renee, thank goodness.
Yeah, Vince behaved particularly well. He didn't look too stressed at all. But we'll see how the video comes out.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Gosh,
yeah.
Mark.
Anyway.
Okay, well, have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, we'll do.
Right.
Okay.
Love you lots.
Right, love you too. See you.
Bye.
All right, beautiful morning here in Vila Conde, and the policeman last night said that he would like us to come at 9 o'clock in the morning. Fingers crossed they've got the report from the diving team. Fantastic support overnight coming in from Nordhavn owners group and just friends, mates, just saying, hey, put it behind you, get back on the bike. And they're right, of course, but if I'm honest, it's absolutely not my confidence a little bit, so I'll work on that. Hurt my ego, but we'll get over that. And it looks like the boat's good, but Nordhavn have asked that we, on the starboard engine, which is the one that we think just moved a bit, they'd like the shaft just disconnected from the engine and just realigned. So that's the mission for today, which probably means another night here, and just a gorgeous day. Look, blue sky. It's pretty cool now, getting down to 2, 3, 4 degrees. Yeah, so anyway, off to the police station. Obviously won't be able to video that, and we'll see where to from here. But the pier behind us was just full of fishing boats this morning. A lot of them have been out, back in again. And man, the tide here, what do you reckon it was, Vince? About 2.2 metres, eh? So a good tide. Mark's going out on high tide. Rightio, so we've been to the police station. They're now preparing an invoice. What for, I don't know, because I actually don't know what we've done wrong. Apparently one of the Maritime Police is going to come and check the boat that it's okay to leave, which is what we paid for yesterday with the divers to go underneath and check the boat. He's coming on board. I don't know what he's going to check. Perhaps it's a safety inspection. They'll probably ask for flares, life jackets, check the lights work. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going to do. But it's like it's taking up the whole maritime office this morning. There's the second in command came out asking us to respell our names while the lady was over at another desk entering our data in. So she was entering the data and he's asking for information, and there's another guy at another desk. He's just show you where we're going. We're going down to the waterfront to get coffee. I need a coffee. Anyway, another guy at another desk photocopying stuff, putting it in a file. So 3, if not 4 people working on this serious event that's happened. We did not ask for help. We were happy the tide would lift and we would come in. Yes, we had an engine failure, but they didn't know that. I'm not quite sure what it is we've done wrong, but anyway, we'll see what the bill is. Be very interesting to see how this all gets resolved, and I suspect it'll take the next 12 hours to work its way through the bureaucracy of Vila de Conde. Anyway, coffee. Coffee. Oh, there's the Atlantic Ocean, look. Wonderful. Some reasonable swells out today.
Yeah, I've just watched it swell.
Coffee and local, what are they?
Cakes.
Local cakes. There you go. So now have the Maritime Police out at the boat. Basically, he came down in the engine room. He wanted to see both engines running, engage in forward and reverse. And he videoed the shafts. He's happy with that. So now we're off down to the police station. Looks like the cost for them is going to be about €560, which is effectively paying for the rescue boat that we didn't ask for. We didn't do a pan call. We were happy that as the tide came in, we'd come off. But anyway, I don't think there's much arguing to be done. And €120 for the police to come and inspect the boat. I get that. That's fair. There's the line that they got off from around the propeller. Yeah, so upwards and onwards. We're, I think, organising somebody at the moment to come and just check the shaft on the engine for alignment. Anyway, really nice people. This guy's great. Just chatted to me about what I'm doing, where I'm going in the boat and that, and he seems pretty happy. So fingers crossed we're going to get a ride back to the police station in his car. It's quite a walk otherwise. We'll get the bill paid, and then I've just got to work out timing for leaving, but at this stage I'm not in a rush. Having said that, I think it's good to get back into it. It'll do a lot for my confidence. So yeah, here we go. You're leaving me, Vince?
Only not really leaving, just moving on for a short period of time.
All right. See you, Fred.
He's going down your way. He's going down to Australia.
Oh yeah, true. Hey, safe travels, buddy.
No worries.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch anyway.
Phone you later.
Yeah, cool.
All the best.
Yeah, guys. Safe travels, buddy.
Cheers.
See ya. Right, there's Fred taking Vince. Bit of a brain fart there for a minute. Away. So where are we at? I am now walking around to see if I can make an inquiry about somebody being able to come over and separate the shaft from the engine, just to check that the engine doesn't just sort of pop a bit, and then check that it's connected up again within the tolerances. May have to adjust engine mounts, things like that. I've been and paid the bill at the Maritime Police, €501. We inquired about why the rescue people had to come, and the problem is over here, if the police are rung, they must respond, and when they do respond, the costs are incurred by the boatie. So there's no way around that. That's life. It's done. So we're up to €3,000 now for this so far. So watch this space. Now I've got to show you this. Look at this. Look at that. And I mean, it's back home, you just could not build that because it would need safety barriers everywhere around and all the way up to the top there. Whereas look at this. It's just a ramp that would be an absolute teaser for any kid walking along. Half the teenagers in Vila de Conde, I'm sure, would want to have climbed up that. And then this bridge up here, have a look at this. Lovely little bridge, but you know, we came across it last night after the restaurant, and just no railing on the side. I mean, none along here either, but no railing on the side all the way up to this point, and then just look, sharp edge there, and then the railing just at the very top, all the padlocks and everything that people have put there. I mean, you just wouldn't get away with that at home. You couldn't build it. There is the marina that we were planning on tying up to, and apparently Nobody manages it at the moment, so it's self-managing. So effectively, you just do what you want with the aim of not really upsetting anybody, and tie your boat up. You can see the odd one rafts up. So I'm just going to wander over there and just see what the situation is, whether I think it'd be appropriate for us to go onto it, because I've got a funny feeling very soon the Maritime Police are going to be trying to move me on. They did say I can't leave until the boat's safe, and they did say that I should check with the manufacturer if there's anything they think needs doing, and it's Nordhavn that has said they think that I should get the shaft aligned. So fingers crossed I can hang on a bit longer. Big thing is, I'm just not happy to go unless the weather's good, and the weather's supposed to deteriorate from Saturday on right through till next Tuesday, Wednesday. So I may actually be forced to find somewhere to stop here, or if I get the work done, to just sneak out and get up to the next port, which is only 2 or 3 miles away, and there's a marina there that I can go into. 50 euros a day, which would just be life, I'm afraid, at the moment. Anyway, as you can see, it's pretty full, but they do raft up apparently, and on Navily there's quite a few people talk about rafting up to the boats there, but I just, you know, how the locals going to perceive that. Anyway, I'll go over, have a look, see what I think I can do. But I'm going to walk around to the far side. There's a ship right over there. I want to talk to them about possibly seeing if they can come and do the alignment. A lot of John Deere's over here, so that's good. And then while I'm down there, it's almost going to be high tide, so I want to just go and have a look at high tide down at the heads and just see what that looks like. I looked at low tide today, got me down a bit, to be honest. You know, standing up on the pier looking out there, you go coming over on the left. Yesterday we didn't. Anyway, oh, it's been a big learning curve. So then I'll just go and get a little bit of shopping. I'm on my own again. I'm going to have a quiet afternoon, maybe watch a movie tonight. And it's cottage pie tonight. Cottage pie. It is out defrosting as we speak. Across this bridge is the Camino. We walked across here in 2017. Now I remember it very well because we went down by the waterfront over there and had a coffee. I've got a funny feeling we might have even stayed here. I'll have to look at the photos, but it's kind of why I wanted to come up here. I've certainly paid for that, haven't I? Okay, so pretty big boatyard here. Been sent down here, talk to these people. I've got a funny feeling it's going to be harder than I think. Alright, so met someone there, and his twin brother is an engine mechanic for boats. So he's going to meet me at Awanui in, he said 10 minutes, but it'll take me 20 to walk there, and I told him that. He said no problem, no problem. So he'll come and have a look. I have got Antonio out there looking as well, but if this man is able to do it, I mean, I have to get it done. The Maritime Police will start putting pressure on me soon to move. So yeah, fingers crossed. We may have a solution in hand. There is the yellow arrow. Street I've just walked up from the shipwright was on the Camino, and it says go left. Camino, straight ahead or to the left, and 200 metres down is the albergue, which is where you can stay and bunks and that. Santa Clara, Vila Conde, 200 metres. So we would have gone left because I would love to go by the water, I know that. And I remember these gardens being worked on. I remember it when Fiona and I came down here at the bottom of the steps. Look, another arrow to walk the Camino, and that up that street is The Way. Remember the movie The Way with Martin Sheen? So we'll park tracks here because I'm heading down to where the boat is, but the Camino heads off up that street. Well, it's a small world, because the guy that I've teed up to come here, he's just turned up. I rang Fred to say, hey, let Antonio know I've found someone. He said, oh no, Antonio's found someone as well, he's coming to the boat. Well, it turns out it's one and the same guy. So he's gone to get his tools, and looks like we're going to get the job done now. So that could be interesting. Yeah, we might be out of here very early tomorrow morning if I'm happy to go out at about 5 o'clock, but I'll start looking at that. That'll be high tide. I'm going to go down and have a look at high tide and see what it's like. I'll update you. Now, what's your name?
Hugo.
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 Hugo. Okay, Hugo.
Hugo, this Hugo boss.
Oh, Hugo. Oh, H-U-G-O. Hugo. Hugo. We say Hugo. Hugo.
Hugo.
Hugo. Very fiddly.
Yeah.
Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. So basically looking to see if this moves, huh? When it's let go of the shaft. And then to realign it properly, may have to adjust some of these. And it's been, as I say, running just a wincy bit rough. I did run over a log a while back. It's probably more the propeller, I'm afraid, but when we get the boat out, I think we'll get that one rebalanced. But anyway, Hugo is going to get onto this for us. Hugo, or Hugo, does that. I am just going to wander down to the heads here, because it's basically high tide now, coming up 3:30, 4 o'clock, so it's as good as. I just want to have a bit of a look and see how it appears. Obviously going to have to go out very early in the morning. It's going to be 3:48 high tide tomorrow morning, and I'm wondering if maybe the fishing boats will be going out then. So yeah, I'll be able to follow them, but it is high tide, which is 2 and a bit metres higher than low tide, possibly even closer to 3 metres. So it'll be safe depth wise, because obviously it's going to rise to that height everywhere. So it should be no issue. And then I've just got 22 miles to go up to the next port, which is a deep water port, but I'm going to talk to my friend at the marina in Porto. He has reached out to me. He saw the news article and said he knows this coast very well. So obviously I'm going to be getting up there about 4 hours after high tide. So it'll be kind of an ebbing tide, and 3/4 the way towards, or 2/3 the way towards a low tide. So I just want to check that it's okay to go in there. Might just have a look, seeing I'm leaving so early. You know, an option is just to leave that place and don't go there and go way up the coast, which basically is into Spain, and then I'll be back coming towards a high tide, but that's massive inlets up there. So anyway, bit of work to do later this afternoon, tonight, just to be happy to depart. I'd rather not be departing on my own at night, but I'm going to have little choice, because if I don't, it's a 3:15 departure tomorrow, and 4 hours means I'm arriving in the dark, and I'm absolutely not doing that. Only other alternative is to leave tomorrow afternoon and go into the marina that's just up the road here. You can't anchor there, but I could tie up, stay a night, and then the next day head up to the port that I was sort of thinking of for tomorrow. Only problem with that is the weather's supposed to be starting to deteriorate, so if I can get into this next port, I'd quite like to, because I can stay there for 4 or 5 days until the weather clears, and it's sail GP, so I will be fully entertained. Anyway, bit to think about. Really keen to get into it and get my confidence back. So I'll just go and have a look at the high tide now. Well, I've given you a good look at that. I am just so angry with myself. So angry. It was just dumb. That is the difference that 2 hours and 15 minutes makes. We're at high tide, almost slack. Almost slack, and look at that. It's another 2.5 metres high, or another 1.5 metres from what it was when we tried to come through. And there's a great depth and almost no flow. Yep, you got a bit of swell to go into once you get out there, but I'm just so angry with myself. It was just dumb. But I've learnt. And yep, you're coming into a river, you go in at high tide or nothing. High tide slack. I don't know what else to say, frankly. It's been an expensive lesson, but maybe it was meant to be. Maybe there's a time in the future that what I've learnt from this is going to really put me in good stead. But yeah, pretty angry with myself at the moment. I really am. That was a dumb decision. I know better than that. I don't think it was overconfidence. I didn't feel that, but I just didn't think it through enough, and that last couple of hours of tide coming in against the current builds up and makes it, well, you can see. I mean, just look at it. Look at it out there. It's fantastic. Yep. Oh, lesson learnt, Mark, and you just got to move on now. So big thing for me is just checking what the weather's like up the coast, and I will take local advice on going into the next port. Or it's Vigo, Spain. Here we come. Yeah. Yeah. Here's Awanui NZ. Hopefully getting the last of the work done and we can get away. Well, that's it. So please comment. I know you're going to. Yeah. Sitting here now about a week and a half later and feeling heaps better. Yeah, I've had some good days. Next episode's going to be interesting too. Something happens there as well. But hey, that's all part of, like my brother-in-law said, it's all part of the adventure. The adventure starts when you start meeting the challenges. So it's been pretty plain sailing up till now. So it's just a moment to reflect. And, you know, take care and thanks for watching. Well, 4 o'clock in the morning on the 17th, and we're at the pier in Vila, Conde. Got nice high tide, I'll just check that. Yep, tide is high. It's lovely and calm out here. It's a very light southeasterly wind, and we've got 53 miles to run to Vila. Heading